JTV, we're creating this incredible special event piece using all accent decor materials. Vases, stones, emeralds, hanging vials, and hanging tea lights, all supported by accent decor wire. It's an accent decor extravaganza, and a beautiful one at that. So let's get started. Y'all have been asking about armatures, and accent decor has some incredible accessories that will actually allow us to create an armature over our vases. We'll be using 3 vases for this, and so I'm going to start with each vase and show you how we individually prepped each one. Our first step will be to add some of the accent decor stones to the bottom. I took some of the stones and I rinsed them off using a colander so that in case there's any debris or anything, it's been washed away. We can load these up into the vase. We'll just have a low layer of them at the bottom. Another key ingredient for this are going to be the accent decor emeralds. So I'm going to put one of those right down inside. That's going to be a great thing that'll be underwater later on, and there'll be flower stems around it, but again, it's intriguing. We've got bigger ones to set on the table later, so those really look great. It helps with continuity to tie the arrangement together. Our next point is to use one of their collars. This is a flocked grapevine collar that they have. It's been flocked in that wonderful chartreuse green. Because our color theme today is yellow and green, one of the most popular analogous colors right now, we'll be using this. The chartreuse green is going to help enhance the area where we create our armature. So this fits on top. I've bent the 2 handles that normally would be down here so that you could attach this as a collar around a bouquet. I've bent them up on the sides. And we'll just see the pretty stems below in the water. So the next step is to bring over 2 more vases. I've already added the stones to the bottom of these vases, and we need our emeralds. One of the things that you're going to notice is that Accent Decor's quality of their vases is better than anyone else. One of the things that they do is seek out Poland glass, and they travel across the world finding the very best glass that has good tensile strength, is a strong glass, and is going to be durable and refined and work well for you. That's one of the keys about their quality of their products. Many times, people might look for inexpensive glass, but it will never pay off, because this is the mechanics for your arrangement. It's the stability for what we're going to create today, and it's so important you choose their great quality. So the next step is to use the colored sticks that we have from Accent Decor. And I'm going to weave these through the collars that we already have up here. And we're going to create a triangle. Now this is where you need to make sure you've got plenty of room, because weaving these together sometimes gets fun. Else Tunison creates the catalog designs for Accent Decor and does the work in their showrooms. And she inspired me with one of her catalog entries with this arrangement. Figuring out exactly where those placements are going to be is the important part of this. You may want to consider constructing this on location. An arrangement like this is going to be difficult to transport after it's been created. So keep that in mind when you're creating these beautiful designs. So the next thing we'll do is add water. Thanks, endless pitcher of water. So now we're ready for our flower placements. Because we're going to have flower placements that go down into the water and also ones that are going to go in to our artesia spheres that are going to be placed in the center, we'll select flowers with clean stems to go down inside the vases. You'll want to refer back to our You Bloom Flower Guide or some of our other webisodes where we talk about specific types of flowers that have dirty stems. Snapdragons, for example, will be great going into the foam because they have a dirty stem, where lilies have a clean stem so they can be down inside the water. We'll remove the foliage. This is a great yellow lily called Yelloween. It's from Rosa Flora. We'll stick that through our armature and have that come through and out to the outside. I got these in plenty of time to allow them to open up so that they could be really incredible and perfect for this project. It's important that I stuck them into the chrysal bulb food so that I could ensure that the lily blossoms got as big as they possibly could, that their color was intense, and they smell great too. I'll pull that one off and reserve him for later. Now notice, I'm cutting my stems so that they fall above our emerald. We want that emerald to still be very exciting and be seen by everyone. Another great clean stem product are Gerber daisies. I'll reserve one of my Gerber daisies for another addition to the centerpiece later. And a few beautiful Oncidium orchids. We'll use these and extend them out the sides. So the next step will be to create our spheres that drop down inside. Now, because the spheres themselves expel water and sometimes a bit of debris in that water when we're adding our flowers, we'll add our flowers here to the spheres on the table and then place them into the arrangement. If not, some of that foam water could drip down in there and discolor that water that's inside the vases themselves. We'll start with some hydrangea blossoms. And rather than inserting that whole hydrangea as one piece, I'm cutting off the different laterals inside, which give me small pieces that I can use around the sphere. You can add one of our Yelloween lilies. Here's the time for our snapdragons. We'll extend those out of the sides. Notice the contrast with this Gerber daisy. Really punches up the yellow and green colors that we have. We'll follow that with some yellow Babe spray roses from Euphoria. Now again, remember, Euphoria's foliage is so beautiful. I can also use that to help fill this in. It adds a natural greenery to the arrangement, and it's a great way for me to save money on foliage. I might want to use really spectacular foliage though too, like this foxtail fern that's available from Fern Trust. Look at how that adds line and dimension to that as well. A couple orchids from Amy. And this wonderful yellow dyed dendrobium orchid. Dendrobiums don't come in a yellow color, so we're using this dyed one to achieve the color that we want. Then our sphere simply goes up and drops into place. Check all of our flowers and make sure that everybody wove together good. Nobody's crushing anybody else. And if we have a hole, we can just adjust some of our larger flowers and have those fill in to cover our foam. So we'll do that with 2 more spheres and add them to the other vases. So you see, we expelled a lot of water. And now we're ready to place our spheres into the tops of the arrangement. So now I want to add a few flowers that are going to come way out and extend out from the arrangement itself. Freesia will be perfect for this. Notice how we're just letting them hang out there all the way out. Just tucking them gently into that foam. We want to make sure that we don't go all the way through the foam because that could cause us to displace a piece or two. So just be very gentle. You'll notice the placements of those flowers give it a wild type look. And I reserved one more Oncidium orchid. Just to add some interest to the centers of each one. One of the things that I love so much about accent decor is the accessories that they have. We have our beautiful emeralds that are in there and the gravels that we're using, but I wanted to add a few other things to this to make this very interactive with the table itself. It's also one of our viewer requests about how to do the vials that hang off of branches. These are made by Accent Decor and they already have holes in the side so you can attach wires to them. I attach the wires directly to these using their beautiful decorative wire that they have. It's an aluminum wire and I used my wire tool to curl the end perfectly. One of my pet peeves is that it should look very natural and very smooth. So you're going to notice that each one of these looks a little bit different. And so we've got a place for flowers to go in there. They also make these. It's a teardrop that we can have water in. And you'll notice I used their watercolor to create water for inside here so that my water has a very citrus appearance as well. I've got that mixed. And we can add it. The great thing about the watercolors is they're completely non-toxic, so they're safe for all of your flowers. For these vases, we'll add a gerber daisy. And a stem or two of oncidiums. Taking these then and suspending them right on the sticks that we used on the inside. We can adjust these and have them hang exactly where we want them. Or we can use these tubes as well. Here's the green dye. Just drop a few drops into the water. Swirl it around. And we've got wonderful green dye. Our yellow dyed dendrobiums will be beautiful in here. If you're challenged with finding a place to hang them, you can make your own hanger out of the wonderful Accent Decor aluminum wire. Like that. And then we're able to suspend one in the middle. That's a perfect spot. We also have another great accessory from Accent Decor that allows us to add lights. Look at these. They're tea light holders that have venting on either side. I've used the mechanical lights from Accent Decor, and I simply can bring these in and attach them to one of the sticks. I've left the wire long so that it can come up and actually become part of the design itself. Reaching inside and curling this around allows it to stay supported, and then I can weave my wire back up into this side of the arrangement. So now it looks as if it's just woven through the arrangement itself. Hooks like this come in handy too, so you can hang those throughout. The last thing that we want to do is create our tablescape. And we can use that using some of the stones that are available from Accent Decor. I love these green painted rocks. They extend the color right down onto the table. And a few of our other stones that were used inside the vases add a different texture as well. All that's left to do is add our giant emeralds. Now that's a fantastic centerpiece, all made available from Accent Decor, with beautiful accessories, wire, stones, vases, everything's there, and it all creates something absolutely gorgeous. Until next week, keep having fun with flowers.